Hey everyone! I did a video very similar to this not that long ago, and it didn't do super well. Not the best title, not the best video, to be honest. It was a lot of rambling and nothing that was quite cohesive. So I decided let's do a cohesive. I want to do a concept for the 10th anniversary that is, 100% my idea, 100% what my dream would be. If this was the anniversary, I would rate this 10 out of 10. I would spend, $5,000 on this anniversary. This type beat. This is like, I do this. This is perfect. This is something I don't necessarily think is going to happen. Some things I put in here, I'm like, yeah, this is 100% going to happen. I would guarantee it without a doubt. But most of it is, this would be really cool. I would love for this to happen, but I don't have my hopes up for it. Now, I do want to, of course, mention a little bit of an elephant in the room. Gresh did a very similar video. I actually had an idea to do a video like this before he uploaded his. After he uploaded his, I was like, oh, shoot. Not only did he do it first, but he did a really good job on it. So I was like, all right, I got to make sure I do at least a decent job when I do mine. So here we are. I got a slideshow for you. We're going to go through everything that I want to go over, starting off with the title, of course. This is the cool Blue Jink 10th anniversary concept by me, Blue Jink. So what's the theme for this anniversary going to be? What a better theme for the 10th anniversary than literally all of Dragon Ball. Everything to represent Dragon Ball. Now, I had all this stuff written up before we actually got the recent teaser that showed off the logo, as well as showing off literally Dragon Ball into Z, into GT, into Super. It literally showed off all of Dragon Ball, which some people are like, oh, it's going to be a Kamehameha theme, something like this. That could have just literally been saying it's going to be all of Dragon Ball, very similar to my concept. You're just going to have to trust me when I say that this was my idea first. You just have to trust me on that. But what does this mean exactly? Well, all of Dragon Ball. So I kind of split it up into representing this anniversary needs to represent Dragon Ball Saga, Saiyan Saga, Namek Saga, Cell Saga, Buu Saga, the Z movies, GT, Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball Super movies, and of course Daima. I think I would say, Daima is very important in that just because it's new and it's something that they're focusing on quite a bit here. So I'm going to go through this list and we're going to go over, different EZAs that we could get to help represent this, because a lot of this representation is going to be through EZAs because we only got 4 slots for character releases, premium releases. So we're going to throw everything other than premium releases to represent, all of Dragon Ball, and then we'll go over the premium releases. You'll be able to do a little bit of, as we go through, you'll probably be able to deduce some of the premium units just because I consider the premium units to be kind of like, it takes up a lot more spot in this representation than like an EZA. Like an EZA, yeah, sure, that helps, but a new premium unit is much more representative, TBH honest. So let's just start off with the Saiyan Saga. So I would say that these are, I don't want to say 100%. I'm going to these 95% that they're actually going to appear in the actual game in EZA, but Extreme Tech, Great Ape Vegeta, and of course Super STR Kaioken Goku, the Part 2 Year 7 LRs. I think that's plenty of representation for Namek Saga. 2 LR EZAs. Hey, I don't think anyone will complain. And like I said, I very much think that's going to happen already, as well as I would say this one's 100%. The Super Saiyan Goku and Full Power Frieza EZAs. 2 LR EZAs to represent the Namek Saga that we have going on here. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. I think I think that's enough for these two, honestly. Here's the thing. I am #1 Namek. That you go on my Twitter, I'm over there talking about how Namek Saga is really cool. Okay, I love Namek Saga. People are talking about like GT is better. Why would I want Namek Saga when I could have fusions? I tell those people to shut the fuck up because they're idiots. Okay? Super Saiyan Goku, he's awesome. Namek Saga is just straight up, I'm sorry, to this day, the best Dragon Ball arc of all of them. From its writing to its action, goddamn, even to its art, to its everything about it. It is the perfect Dragon Ball Saga / arc. Just no joke. And when you include Saiyan Saga in there, it's like, ooh, what a combo. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's literally perfect. It might just be perfect. Might just be perfect. I'm saying that, and I'm saying like, hey, we see these two. These aren't getting premium units, but I think 2 LR EZAs for each is plenty of representation for these arcs. Probably one of the most look forward to EZAs are these two. I mean, when we're talking about the best animated characters that had great kits, you know, an active skill that's really cool, well voiced. These two characters are probably the highest on the list for like the average quality. Like, you go quality on these, they're like some of the highest. They're right up there with like the year 6s, honestly, on just how quality their animations, their OSTs, their voice lines, their kits, everything like that were. So I think they're very fitting. These guys are a little meh on release, but I mean, they both have intro animations, you know, great animations, active skills, everything like that. So I think they're plenty representative of, you know, great moments as well, just perfect moments. So those I think are good enough to be TBH honest. Great. I think, you know, these two each equates to a premium release in my mind. Now, Boo Saga. We got tons of Boo Saga this year. We gotten so much Boo Saga. We're still getting Boo Saga. It's insane. Now, I mean, like I said, deduction about what we skipped and how little we have in Boo. We're not only having very little Boo Saga here just because we got her all this year. The part of the premium release is gonna be Boo Saga. I'm just gonna say that. I think perfect, super easy A for AGL Vegeta. I think it's too obvious, right? We're right up around the time. He's very excellent. This is something, you know, this is the first premium Super Vegeta we got. Everyone loves him. You know, he's the GOAT. He's going to help with one of the premium releases. He's going to help with a lot of these other ones. He's a Super Saiyan. We got Super Saiyan here. He's a fusion. He's hype. You know, I feel like there's no reason people wouldn't go mad for this. And, I mean, come on. It's super easy A. Super AGL Vegito. I'm not going to talk about too much. I think that's plenty fine. You'll see later that is plenty fine. Z movies as well. I'm going to say that these ones are going to get a partial one. We haven't gotten a whole lot of Z movies, but we can't super AZA these guys without super AZing both of them. And this is one of these ones where I'm going to give this one like a 95% going to happen, an anniversary already. If not, I'm just going to give it 99%. 99% this is already going to happen. Super easy A for Super Gogeta and Super Janemba. First anniversary characters, it is more than fitting for them to get a super easy A during the 10th anniversary. I mean, it's truly beautiful, and I want it to happen, and in my concept, it would. This would be a representation to Z movies, but very similar to Boo Saga, we have some representation in our premium units. We'll get there when we get there. Now, GT. Now, I like GT somewhat. I mean, it's my least favorite Dragon Ball series, easily. It's not even a comment. If you ask me, I would be able to instantly say it's GT just so fast. There's not going to be a GT premium release here. So I decided to kind of go all out because GT, it has nothing right now. You try to run a GT team, you have 0 characters. So we kind of need to build from the ground up. So I figured 4 easy A's would be really good. If, you know, you want to give them a free-to-play LR that's really good, similar to like Bio Broly, I think that could, you know, really be useful. You know, something like that. Yeah, maybe like a golden ape Goku when he goes the golden ape before he turns Super Saiyan 4. Make that a killer free-to-play LR. How about that? Sure. But as far as like actual picks here, because I don't want to get too much into, you know, a new territory unless I'm talking about like, you know, who else we could throw up here, honestly. You know, if we want to consider this, if you don't think this is enough for all of our GT representation, that Super Saiyan 3, STR Super Saiyan 3 Goku with the giant ape transformation, he's got the giant form, put him on here too. He's waiting for his easy as well. But Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, they're 100% going to easy A, so that's a very gimme. But ain't Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, very, very old character at this time, definitely deserves the easy A. He would be great, obviously a great partner with the other Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I mean, I really hope he gets an easy A in the actual game when it comes around. But I also figured very old characters, very good characters, the physical Goku and the int Vegeta with the Super Saiyan 4 active skills. Very cool characters, very old now at this point. We're waiting for their easy A. I think, you know, we do all these 4 here and GT fans are happy. Even if they don't get a premium release, they're happy. You got one of the coolest units, int Gogeta 4. Just very cool units. And then of course the year 7 LR. Oh my god, that is almost, if it wasn't for the point that the GT team has 0 characters, I would say that would be enough. But Got to add those guys on here as well. I think that would be really cool. I don't think a lot of people will complain about that. Probably, you know, obviously a lot of easy A's. I think, you know, if we're looking at this realistically, we're having a Destin Rivals easy A where you get both of these in one. Maybe you could split these ones, but maybe not. Obviously, he'd be a super easy A. These would be super easy A's. They'd all be separate. Probably another Destin Rivals for the GT Goku Vegeta, but obviously each of those ones be individual. Just, you know, hypothetically for how many stones we're getting and you know how this is. All right, last, let's look at, we're gonna put this on both ones, Dragon Ball Super movie / Dragon Ball Super. We're gonna be getting some representation for this. Honestly, Dragon Ball Super movies, year 9 was all Dragon Ball Super movies. I think it's something where most people are kind of like, yeah, we don't really want too many repeats into year 9. I mean, into year 10 from year 9. And I agree with that. So really, I'm giving it the gimme, easy pick of 100% certainty, the easy attack gods. Just nothing to say. They're already locked in. They're cool. They're goated. They're amazing. They can represent the movies for us here. They fit on tons of different teams from any of the other Dragon Ball Super teams, any other Realm of Gods, any joined forces. They're going to be on they don't need a lot of Dragon Ball. It's not the same as GT. GT, they've got all their stupid links and they're all got their GT leader skills. He fits on like a million things and he's a great leader. I'm not too worried about it. You know, we don't need a whole lot of Dragon Ball Super movie representation. He's enough. He's enough for all of the It's just Broly and superhero, and we do not need more superhero. God, we don't even need more Broly movie representation. So if it wasn't for the point that he's 100% guaranteed, I would have put him out here, but he's 100% guaranteed. And he's going to be amazing. He's going to be cool. And then I figured as a crazy pick here to represent Dragon Ball Super here to help would be, of course, our the super easy A for the Kaioken Goku. Honestly, I think he just really needs it, so I want him to have it. Honestly, you could get rid of him, and I would be 100% fine with it. In fact, you could just pretend he's not there and just move on. Like, I think he's a really cool unit, and I want him to get one, but he doesn't actually really fit this too much because we're going to have a Dragon Ball Super premium rep. So let's get into this. Part 1 of the celebration. This is where we got to get the headline. We need some real hype stuff for this. These are the headlining units. So if I had to give, you know, part 2 can be very hype. All right. Year 9, part 2 was very, very hype. You got Beast Gohan, you got the Gammas. I mean, honestly, probably just maybe just the smallest step below part 1, which was obviously Dragon Ball Super Broly and Dragon Ball Super Kuchita. I mean, it's hard to beat those, but Beast Gohan and Gammas are very, very close. I would say we're pretty close in this, but for most people, I think the part 2 is going to be a pretty big step off. But for me, I think it's all, like I said, this is I'm spending $5,000 this anniversary one. Part 1. Dokkan Fest exclusive Vegito / Gogeta. This would be Super Vegito / Gogeta on one card together and a Carnival Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Now just to put some art out there. So I would say this would be a what if card of Super Gogeta and Super Vegito just on one card. Joined forces unit. No like special gimmicks or whatever, just like boom, they do super attacks together, stuff like that. This is my dream card. After literally when they showed off Dokkan Originals, like the very first time they did that, which was, well, Dokkan Original Animations, like with Future Gohan and Vegeta Blue in Worldwide Celebration in 2023. When they did that, I immediately jumped onto the train. I was immediately like, I need to see Super Gogeta and Super Vegito on a card together. I need to see them on a card together. If you want to really get extra with it, now, here's the thing. I don't really like transformation units too much, so I actually don't have any transformation units on here. I kind of like being able to use the character and the character be cool. But if you really want to put a blue fusion, you know, they turn blue as well, you could do that. That works for me. I mean, their clothes don't change, so it doesn't really matter. But I would say the two, you know, Dokkan Original Animations, plus they'd have an active skill and an entrance animation, obviously. But, ooh, that would be cool. That would be so cool. And then, of course, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. It's hard to say that this is not hype in any capacity. It's been a very long time since we got a solo Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I want to see him. I want to see entrance animation where he transforms into Super Saiyan 2. And we got the bird and we got the and he... I need it more than I need anything else. It would be so cool. And just like I said, just Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. No special whatever, no nothing. If I had to give him something, I don't really want to give him a standby into Father-Son Kamehameha. I just, no, we already got the family Kamehameha Super Saiyan Gohan, and it would feel way too similar, and then we literally just have a replacement for that. I want him to be very unique. Probably very tanky. Maybe he's got something with counters, would be really cool. You know, he's just such a freaking dick. I feel like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan would be really cool with that. Probably at the end of the day, he'd probably have to have a father-son Kamehameha active skill, to be honest. But I really don't want him to be a standby. And honestly, for most of these, I'm also kind of avoiding domains because I don't really like domains that much. So that's just me. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty details, like start building things for them, you know, an idea. Other than aside from them being like Dokkan Fest and Carnival, I think it would be good for Super Saiyan 2 Gohan to be a Carnival, and then make the Super Gogeta and Vegito the Dokkan Fest. And the reason why is that this Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is going to be on 7 jabillion million categories, and unfortunately a Super Gogeta and Super Vegito on one unit is not going to be on a lot of categories. So I'd like him to have a Dokkan Fest exclusive leader skill because of that, because that just, you know, if we're running them as the leader and we got a lot of different options for their team, it feels a lot better because they're probably not going to be on a lot of other teams. Whereas Gohan, he's going to be on a million teams, so he could have the 200%. And for part 2, we have Dokkan Fest exclusive Teen Goku and Carnival MUI Goku / Evo Vegeta. Now, when I'm talking about this, now that's ego, but this is like the vibe I want to get here. I've been dreaming of this ever since. So we got, you know, obviously we got like Evo Ken, right? But imagine that, but with full MUI Goku and Evo Vegeta. Now, when I say this, what I want is Ego Vegeta, but we can't have that. Okay, fine. If we can't have Ego, make him Evo, you know, make us think of this scene, you know, as the best they can without, you know, breaking whatever rules they can't break. Make us be like, oh yeah, this is Ego, Evo, Vegeta, and MUI Goku. Like, that's already hype enough, I think, to carry like a part 2. Like that's as hype to me for probably most people as Gogeta and Vegeta on one card. Having MUI Goku and Evo Vegeta on one single card. Obviously, huge Dragon Ball Super representation. That's why I was like, you can get rid of the Kaioken Blue Goku. Like I don't give a shit. You get rid. I don't care. Sure, get rid of them. Just have that. That's plenty for me. Very cool. These guys are probably gonna be well, they're probably not going to be on as many categories. When I assume they're going to be on a what if, I wasn't thinking about them on like the tournament of power or anything like that. So they're probably not going to be on too much, but you know, they're still going to be on some things. You know, they're probably, maybe they should be Dokkan Fest instead, but I didn't want to make both of the Dokkan Fest join forces units is pretty much what it was. But, you know, they're probably not going to be on a whole lot of categories, but I still think it would just be really cool. And if I had to give them the 200%, I'd probably give them joined forces, and that way we could run. We'd be able to run a lot of joined forces. Obviously, we'd be able to run them because they'd be on joined forces. Them. Okay, that's not a whole lot. They're still really good characters, though. They're telling me those are still really good characters to be able to run. And then, of course, a Teen Goku. Now, I think Dragon Ball is so underrepresented, and there's not a lot of EZAs that are ready to EZA. There's not a lot of characters, you know, there's not a lot, you know, and we can't here's the thing, okay? As someone who's read OG Dragon Ball, I love it. It's great. A lot of people who've read it, and maybe it's been a long time since I feel like they're liars. Not that they're saying they read it. They're liars in what they describe Dragon Ball is. Because they try to make it seem like it's so separate from Z. And if you haven't given OG Dragon Ball a chance, trust me, it's not really that different. Maybe it's different because I read the manga straight from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. But like once you start the first World Tournament and you start going, it feels just like Z. It feels like a smaller scale Z arcs. The only arc that feels really different and totally adventurous, I mean, there's going to be comedy in a lot of them, but like a lot of the same themes and a lot of the same things. It's still a battle manga at the end of the day. It's only like the first 30 chapters are this like adventure that they talk about in all of Dragon Ball. So I don't know. I still think it's really cool, and I think a lot more people would think it's cool if they just fucking read it. But Teen Goku, when he kills DKP, I think is a must. Now, if it wasn't for the point that pretty much everything with Goku versus Majunior was done already, I would say that one. But, you know, thinking about the character we got in 2023, he kind of does everything. There's not too much more for an LR to be able to do. Teen Goku here when he fights DKP, though, very, very different. Very different. I'm thinking he could have an intro animation when you're going up against, maybe like just against an extreme class enemy. I don't want it to be like too dependent on that, but like you do that and it's his entrance, you know, when he saves Tien, and then you just got that sick ass pose. Obviously I'd probably give him a standby skill into the fist. Maybe it's a counter one similar to Dragon Fist Goku, but very, very, I think it'd be really awesome if you ask me. Like, that's honestly, if you're putting the hype scale on here from my parts, if I had to do my own, it would probably be Teen Gohan on the bottom, and then probably Teen Goku right above it, and then the Evo Vegeta and MUI Goku, and then the I think the Super Gogeta / Vegeta would be so cool in one unit. But we're not done. What? Part 3? No way. So for the 10th anniversary, I think it just makes so much sense for them to have a part 3 character, a summonable character. I don't know about 2 banners. 2 banners is a lot. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. So I'm thinking that we get 1 banner for part 3. And of course, it would be a Daima banner, because that's the only thing we haven't represented yet. And this is a little tentative, but I'm thinking maybe a Gold Coin LR Super Saiyan 2 to 3 Vegeta Mini. Now, I do specifically think Gold Coin LR, mainly because, you know, we've had those featured in anniversaries before, and now it's kind of been taken over by the Carnival LR. But it's not like, I wasn't like, oh, well, we should just do... It's hard to do like 3 Dokkan Fests and then 2 Carnivals. Doesn't make sense to me. Neither does 3 Carnivals and 2 Dokkan Fests. So I figured throw Gold Coin LR in there. Why not? The very first Summonal Part 3 LR, maybe the only one until we get to like the 15th anniversary. I don't think it's something I'd want them to do a lot. But we have Daima up right now. It's popular. This is something really cool and really cool that we could get from here. Now I want to say this is a little tentative because we could still get something really cool in Daima. Now, I think they said that they want to release Daima stuff kind of in order. So even if we get something really cool, let's say we do get like, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Daima Goku, and maybe they fight, you know, maybe we got Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta fighting against Ku and Do together. They got 2 tag team fighting each other, right? Maybe we got that. That would be a really cool card, especially for this. And now all of a sudden we got a dual Dokkan Fest, you know, a dual units as well. But they kind of said they want to do stuff in order, so Super Saiyan 2 to 3 Vegeta Mini. And I would like him to be 2 to 3. I'm thinking a revive would be the coolest thing for him. He revives and transforms into Super Saiyan 3. Hey, I think it'd be cooking. I think that'd be really cool. I'm just gonna say I think that'd be really cool. And we get some Diamond representation as well, which is much needed. And honestly, yet again, this is probably just as hype as most of these other parts. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I think like these, I mean, I'm sorry guys, these character choices, I feel like a lot of people can't get too mad at these. Unless you're a GT fan. But I don't care. I don't like GT that much. So it doesn't really affect me that much. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. This would be my concept. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your dream Dokkan release is. I mean, probably my dream one is honestly the Super Gogeta and Vegeta together in one unit. Just thinking about the animations and the super attacks I can make with those. We get an active skill where they use a freaking Big Bang Kamehameha and the final Kamehameha together. They blast both of them. Maybe they're on 2 different sides and they blast in the middle. I don't know. You know, oh my god, that would be so cool though. An active skill where they're like, ooh, they're gonna clash, and then instead they just do it to the enemy, you know, just right between them, so it looks like they're doing it to, you know, shooting it at each other, and then the enemy's in the middle. So cool. You know, that's what I'd want. That is 100% what I'd want. So yeah, comment down below, like the video if you like the video, subscribe for more Dokkan stuff. We usually do Dokkan challenges in here, not too much of this stuff, but dabbling in some other interests when it comes to Dokkan things. Thank you, have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.